Hey everyone, this is JR. We have a Throwback Thursday today. We're going to be doing, just the camera here, we're going to be doing 96 Upper Deck. This is Series 2. It's hard to get it all in one shot because I'm so close to the wall here. So, 96 was quite some time ago. Obviously, Griffey was the king then of baseball cards. Die cuts in here, 2 free cards in every pack. That's a little odd. 10 cards per pack plus 2 bonus cards. You could just say you have 12 cards in each pack instead of 10 plus 2 bonus. Maybe there's a bunch of them out there that are just 10 cards per pack. Alright, so look for special insert cards. Cal Ripken Collection, Hot Commodities, Hideo No More Highlights, Run Producers, VJ Livero Showcase, and new Predictor. So, sometimes I do research on this stuff and see what the odds of pulling this or pulling that are. I didn't feel like it. But it does have some odds on the side here. I will read them instead of you trying to... So, the Livero Showcase are 1 in 6. Hot Commodities, 1 in 36. Run Producers, 1 in 72. Nomo, 1 in 24. Ripken, 1 in 24. And Predictor, 1 in 12. And there is 32 packs in here. So we should see 1 Ripken, maybe 2, 1 Nomo, maybe 2. The Livero Showcase, 6, 12, 18, 24, 2, 5 or 6 of those. 1 Hot Commodity, and maybe 1 Run Producer. So Run Producer seems like it's the rarest one out of all these inserts. And sometimes... there's other inserts that are even more rare that aren't listed. That's a few of the inserts they list here. 1996, I was getting out of cards and into music. So I never opened up any of these in 96. But I still had a collection. I still have my childhood collection that I actually sold in 1996 for several different reasons. One, I bought a car with it. Don't get crazy and be like, my God, he bought a car with his baseball card collection. My first car was like $100. So no, I did not sell a bunch of vintage cards and stuff and pull 10 grand or anything like that. So it was there's a lot of cards, but not a lot of high value stuff. So, but I regret selling it. And not because, oh man, there's so much money or nothing like that. I just regret selling it. Of course, I didn't have a job yet, so digging up $100 for said car is not an easy task. But I bought the car because I'd just gotten a job, and I needed a car to get to said job. Alright, so I'm not going to yell out all these names, but Mike Grace. We also don't know if we're going to have a bunch of sticky cards, a bunch of backwards cards. Ricky Henderson flip backwards, what does that mean? Anything? It means nothing, it's a subset. But it's Ricky Henderson for the Padres, for anyone that didn't know. And these cards are always fun when they're backwards, forwards. Rookie debuts. That's not an insert. That's just a regular subset. So all these cards are backwards. Aguilera, Servius, Craig Biggio. It's a nice card. Nice action shot. Whiskey and Finley. Normally I separate stars and stuff. We're not going to. There's a lot of packs to open up here, so. Chris Haney for the Royals. Those are the old Royals uniforms. I really like those uniforms. Or the hat specifically. I'd like to try to find that hat. Troy Pierceville. There's a Tony Gwynn subset. Lee Smith. What are you doing, buddy? Mark Gubigzaw. Ray Sanchez. Gary Sheffield. Is that the same Chris Haney? Like, was that literally earlier? Did I flip it backwards? I don't know. I'm not even going to go check. Here's our Tony Gwynn, Best of a Generation subset. So far, no bad sticking. I'm impressed with the 2 free cards, though. But they need to tell me which 2 cards are free, so I know if I'm getting a good deal or not. Bob Walcott. Matt Miski. We're hitting doubles already. Ryan Kolesko. There's Griffey in here. Jim Abbott. Let's flip them all around. Bernie Williams. Sandy Alomar. Robbie Thompson. Wilson Alvarez. This isn't a bad pack for being 96. LaTroy Hawkins. Made his Major League debut. Sergio Nunez and Ken Griffey Jr. So it seems like, and I might be totally wrong on this, it seems like a lot of Series 2, anything Series 2 in the 90s always seemed to be worse than Series 1. It's like all the stars were in Series 1. Then they made a bunch of subsets in Series 2 to put stars in it. Like I'm sure the regular Griffey's in Series 1, the regular Ripken. There's our second Mark Gubazah, and sit there and make me look like a liar. Here's Cal Ripken. Little ding corner there, but Fred McGriff, Best of a Generation. Mickey Tettleton. Bill Swift. Here's a Randy Johnson. Has a little indication of the Cy Young winner. Tim Salmon. Ozzie Smith. Danny Tartabull. With the White Sox. I don't recall that being a thing. Apparently it was. Maybe if I collected cards fully into 1996, I would have known. All right, we got Jermaine Dye, star rookie. Jason Giambi making his debut. Jeff Blauser. Pat Kelly. Dennis Eckersley, Best of a Generation, with the Cardinals there. Don't remember that. We got David Cohn. Mark Grace. Chet Ogia. Chili Davis. This guy and this guy, Mark Portugal and Jason Schmidt. I think Jason Schmidt was a big-time prospect at one time. Seems like there's always way more big-time prospects of pitchers that don't pan out than hitters. Seems like the hitters always have the better luck on that. Speaking of them again, Jason Schmidt. Rob Nin, Jose Vizcaino. Wade Boggs with the Dodgers, which isn't news to anyone. Did I say? I said Yankees. I hope I said Yankees. I feel like I said Dodgers. John Olerud. I really thought he was really gonna have a great. He had a great career. I thought he was on pace for Hall of Fame type stuff, especially when he was close to hitting 400. Ellis Burks, Eddie Murray. Opposite goes of Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray was a big-time star before my time, and it was kind of mediocre during my time. And then you see the numbers when you got them all up. And Hall of Fame career. Here's our insert of Raul Mondesi. I'll get a sleeve and Jermaine Dye. And strange but true, Glenn Allen Hill. So we should be seeing a lot of these VJ Livero inserts, 1 in 6 packs. Of course, I'm not prepared. I don't have my sleeves out. But we'll sleeve him up. Why? Because it's an insert, and that's what you hunt when you're opening cards from the 90s. Key rookies and inserts, and I don't believe there's any big key rookies here. All right. All right. Ray Ordonez, great defender. Cero. Jose Canseco. Let me turn my light. I'm getting bad shadows here. Here's our Greg Maddux. Strange but true. If I felt up for it, I'd read the back and find out what's strange and true. Maybe if you pull it again. Daryl Kyle. Carlos Delgado. Fred McGriff. Ricky Henderson in his Padres uni. Tony Phillips. Joel Guerrero. Let's do some adjusting around here. All right. Kids were in here earlier playing. They seem to have vanished. I'm debating on turning off this horrible music. Sergio Nunez. That's the second one we pulled of him. I don't remember him. Even though I was getting out of baseball, I still followed the Royals. And that's just one of those prospects I don't recall. Bip Roberts, strange but true. Kevin Seitzer. Benji Gill. Here's one of our Cal Ripken. I think it said this is 1 in 24 packs. So that's pretty rare. These are not expensive cards by any means. But we'll sleeve him up. And here's a predictor card. And those aren't very common either. And they've got a good one here. Got Barry Bonds. Condition looks really good. All right. We've got our Barry Bonds. National League Player of the Month. Collect your favorite predictor card. Watch and see if the player on this card receives the designated award or leads the league in that category during 1 month period, April, May, June, July, August, September. If he does, mail this card along with $1.50. We'll send you 10 new predictor card sets featuring new designs. So I kind of wonder if he was Player of the Month any of that time period. This would have been the 96 season. Yes, so I bet he was. I mean, I'm not saying... I mean, there's a good chance he was. If I had my computer up and running, I could do a quick check. But I don't like to be prepared, evidently. And then here's our Cal Ripken insert. So, of course, these are... this entire insert is all Cal Ripken cards. All right. So I don't remember what the odds were. But I think the Ripken was 1 in 24. The Cal Ripken was 1 in 24. And the Hobby Predictor was 1 in 12. So we should see one more of those Predictor cards before it's all said and done. And we should have several more of these Lovero action cards here. And one run producer, run something. Andre Dawson, Brent Gates, John Woodward. Here's our Dennis Eckersley, strange but true. Flip, Mike Piazza. Wade Boggs. What is this? Olu. Soho. Sedino. Ken Hill. And our star rookie. So right offhand, I can't think of any big rookies from 96. I think Vladimir Guerrero was 97. If he was 96, I don't believe he was in the deck. Ryan McGuire. Brad Klontz. Here's a closer. Jay Bell. Roger Clemens. Best of a generation. I think that's probably accurate. Dante Bichette. Jim Abbott. And we have so many doubles already. Like, it is insane. Jeff Rosero, Mike McFarland, and Rich Hunter. Hey, here's Mike Sweeney. And it's damaged. You see that? You can totally see the white in that right-hand side corner there. But I throw Mike Sweeney in my PC. He'll eventually be a Royals Hall of Famer. If he's not already. I don't think he is. Best of a Generation, Barry Bonds. I feel like that's accurate. Albert Bell. Troy Piercerville. These are all upside down. Benito, Al Leiter, and Enrique Wilson. Diamond debuts. All right. David Doster. Charles Nagy. Paul Wagner. Mark Grace. Strange but true Eddie Murray. Back in his Dodger days. Walt Weiss. Pat Kelly. Kurt Manwaring. Charlie Hayes with a big camera. Tim Raines. Paul Sorrento. And Mike Grace. Not Mark, Mike Grace. That's an interesting card. Here's a Sparky Anderson. The checklist. I've never seen this before. It's just a checklist. 433 to 480. That might have been his win-loss record. I don't know. It feels like it should be a lot more than that. That is totally not what that number represents. I think that represents... I don't know what that number represents. It represents the checklist numbers. So I was thinking maybe it was wins, and that didn't sound right. All-time wins list, 2,194. So a little off there. Not really thinking very quick like on my feet there. Greg Swindle, Percival, Bill Swift. And I think we might have another one. We do. We got one for Tommy Lasorda. Once again, never seen these before. That's interesting. Doug Drabick, batting. Cal Ripken Jr. That is our third Cal Ripken Jr. And these must be the Hideo Nomo insert. That is badass looking. That is kind of cool. Yeah, that's definitely an insert. The inserts are only 5 in the set. I've never seen these. I'll set that aside. And then we have another insert. We have Jose Canseco. His base card is with the Red Sox. But this is with the A's. I didn't know that was a thing they did back then, really. What are you doing, James? Yeah. All right, so put our Canseco in there. And man, I think this Hideo Nomo is amazing looking. And it probably has a lot to do with the dark blue and the black and the silver kind of foil it has. That is really cool. Too bad they didn't do like a insert set of like, you know, stars like that. Made them really rare. One per case or something. I think they should have had more case hits back in these days. That looked like this and not look like garbage. I can't think of any right offhand that looked like garbage, but like Donruss Elite looked pretty amazing for the time period. But that was a really cool card. We have another Ozzie Smith, another Jose Canseco that I was just referring to. The Red Sox uni. Wade Boggs, Best of a Generation. I don't know what generation they're referring to. Definitely the 80s. Probably a good chunk of the 90s, early 90s. Todd Worrell. Roberto Hernandez. Otis Nixon. And here's another one of our... Hey, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Hey, no, bud. Get back. Stop. Hey. Get your stuff. There you go. Another one of these inserts here, the Varello. Kim Caminetti, Royals prospect there. Kim Caminetti, I believe, has a MVP award. So that's our third one of those. So should be getting at least 2 more. Still have quite a bit of packs here to go through. Mindy Lopez, Royals prospect. Sorhoff, Jones, Stevens, Albert Bell, best of a generation. He was definitely one of the better ones in the 90s. Maybe not the best personality, but he put up some monstrous numbers at different times in his career. And if we just assume he wasn't doing steroids, if we assume that, his numbers would be some of the best compared to the other players that did. Now, if he did do steroids, he had pretty good numbers anyway. With said steroids, but I don't know. I don't know if Bell will ever get voted in. All right, I think we got something in here. I think Jeffrey Hammonds, Tom Goodwin. This guy was all speed. Carlos Perez, Roberto Alomar, best of a generation. Greg Vaughn, Dykstra, Fletcher, Hamilton, and Nitzkowski. Yeah, I was seeing things when I said, hey, I think we got something in here. All right. Paul Wilson was a big-time prospect there for a while. Cliff Floyd was a good one. Frank Thomas. Chris Hammond. Goodwin again. Mark McGuire. With Goodwin in the picture. Don't know if he's going to beat that out or not. Tony Clark. Levan Hernandez. Spezio. Abbott. Todd Jones. Marty Cordova, Rookie of the Year. Wetland. And Ozzie Smith. All right. Todd Zeal, Darryl Kyle again. There's a Cal Ripken, best of a generation. Brett Butler. There's a Canseco, number 3 or 4. Dennis Eckersley. And prospect, Brooks Kaisnick. We have Buck Showalter, the Diamondbacks. Mazzy, Jim Abbott, Ryan Klesko. And we have the same card. So that's a different card. The same player. Or same coach, I guess is better to say. Vero. Hinskin, Bates. Ron Gant, and Bob Abreu. That's a decent one. Jayareisgreat, the Marlins. Eckersley. And if Bobby Cox won, we'll get that on the backside. Karos, Wagner, Guzman. And Predictor Player of the Month, Dante Bichette. And that should be all the Predictor cards we get in here. Just the two. Be done soon. Alright. Richard Hidalgo. Wade Boggs. Third or fourth time. King Caminetti. Jeff Montgomery. Tony Gwynn. And Jayareisgreat again. All right, Bobby Abreu again. Fryman. It's Frank Thomas. Buck Showalter. And Kirby Puckett. All right, Jason Kendall. Hey, not yet, buddy. Thank you. John Olerud. No, get your hand back. Alan Trammell. Thank you. Trevor Hoffman. Again, the unstick. Joe Randa for the Royals. Cliff Floyd. Ben McDonald and Sparky Anderson again. Don't think there's too many Buck Showalter or Sparky Anderson cards floating around in their coaching days. Yeah, I see that, buddy. Yeah. Robert Smith, Tim Raines. Ray Lankford. Witten. Brad Klontz. Whoops. Todd Van Poppel. And a strange but true Larry Walker. Yeah. Brooks Kaisnick again. Dean Palmer, Mark Grace. Really hitting doubles, triples, quadruples. Hey, bud, stop. No. Leave those alone, buddy. Bobby Bonilla, Jeff Blauser, Shawan Dunston, Pip Roberts. Apparently he's so good we had to have a double shot of him on the card there. I don't recall him being good at all here in Kansas City. Eddie Murray. And then we have another the Vero insert. of Mark McGwire. It says Mark McGwire, but that's obviously Will Clark and Mark McGwire. Just leave that one up. Don't know if I did an up-close shot of it. Very interesting card, though. They're both on the back of it, too, there. Don't recall ever coming across that one. Alright, we're down to our last, what, 6 packs? No, stop. You gotta stop taking stuff from up here, bud. No, go somewhere else. Alright. Alright. Otis Nixon, Sandy Alomar, Jay Bell, Steve Findley, Kalesko, Basio, Kenny Lofton, Jose Rio. No. You stop right now. It's getting a little distracting. Paul Molitor, the Twins, and Scott Spezio. Alright, Sal Fasano at the top. Dino, Carlos Perez, Tom Goodwin, John Smoltz. Here's our Hot Commodities card. These are 1 per box. It's a pretty good one. And these are die cut too. Greg Maddux. That's a nice looking card there. See if we can scoot everything over and fit this guy in. And we have another Cal Ripken in here too, as an insert, not regular base that we've accumulated a bunch of. No, you get. Alright, let's leave up Mr. Cal Ripken here. So the Cal Ripkens are about 1 in 24 packs. We pulled 2 of those. And that was the rest of the pack there. Nagy, Mike Mims, Marcus Jensen. All right.